What's up, Seedify community? Let me talk a little bit about Seedify. And for the people that are not in the Seedify community, check it out. My favorite project so far, my biggest holding and my biggest loss. But that's my fault. It all depends on where you buy it, right? Seedify is a launchpad incubator for crypto gaming, metaverse. They are going to work with NFTs. They have the NFT launchpad. They released SNFTs. They got so much stuff going on. They are one of the hardest workers in this bear market. So I'm very bullish on this project. And from the top of my head, on the 11th of January, they're finally going to release a project again. But that's not really what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the price of Seedify, right? Because Seedify is a token, a crypto token. And crypto is in a bear market and everything is going down. So Seedify as well, right? So it's not behaving any different than any other altcoin. But you know, sometimes I come into the Seedify holders group and I tell something that I expected to go down, and some people don't like it, or some people, they just disagree. That's absolutely possible. But for the people that don't like it, I do want to make something clear. Of course, if someone says to me like, hey, your favorite altcoin is going down where you have a shitload of, then I'll be like, yeah, but what? No, why? No, fuck you, right? But to put some things very simple in perspective, this is this is Bitcoin. Very, you know, artistic chart. I know. I'm doing some paintings lately. But Bitcoin is in a bear market, and although we had the worst year basically so far, Bitcoin hasn't come down as much as any other bear market, right? So before you want to know about Seedify, you want to know about Bitcoin. If we look at Bitcoin, how this bear market went so far, the green line is us, right? If we do put in a new lower low, then this is officially the longest bear market, right? Longer than 2017, 18, and longer than 2015. But we haven't come down in price nearly as much, right? So Bitcoin still has some room to go down. There are a lot of indicators that suggest to us like, okay, watch out, we still have a long way to go down. This is a dashboard by Benjamin Cohen, and I absolutely love it. It gives you a lot of insight, right? The social metrics, as you can see, we are sitting way too high. That's a red line compared to these other bear markets. And the social metrics is how much do people watch YouTube? How much are people subscribing to YouTube channels? How much followers do people get on their Twitter accounts for crypto still, right? It's not like that low. So people are not, it's like time, when it comes to time, the bottom, you know, we are well there, right? We should be there. When it comes to price and engagement, we are just not there yet, right? And then if we look at the Bitcoin dominance, yeah, this is where I see that a lot of altcoins are still in trouble. And Seedify, and that's what this video is about. So, but first some general information, Seedify is not any different, right? So Bitcoin, could it go to 14 or 12K? Yeah, could. Definitely. I think 14K will be doable. 12 would not surprise me. That's my thought on it, give or take. It's also understandable as the DXY. It's still like, it's insane, right? But the Bitcoin dominance. So for the people that have really no clue, very simple. The higher the Bitcoin dominance, the more money is sitting into Bitcoin instead of altcoins, right? Now, if we look at this, the Bitcoin dominance is sitting like at its lows basically, right? And note, we will never get here again because now we have way more altcoins than we had in 2015, right? 2017 run where Dash and Monero and Zcash and Bitcoin Gold and I don't know, all these coins. I bought so many crap back then. But when all these coins started to pop, you'll see that the dominance really came down like crazy. It was absolutely insane. But we are now still very low. And we are in this range for the last 1.5 years, right? We go to the bottom of this range, up, down, up, down, up, down. And now what we are doing, we're starting to go up again. And this is not a small move. This is not a small move. If this happens, from January to June, I don't know, let's take a random, let's take Seedify, January till June, right? What happened to Seedify from January till June? Here we go, January. So we went from around $8 to June to 90 cents, right? 10 times as low That's what happens. And that's not only Seedify, that's basically every altcoin that you're looking by then, if the Bitcoin dominance has such a run, right? We are now kind of in the middle of that run, right? And we had some, you know, as you can see right here, this yellow line right here, that's also support, resistance right here. We have support right here, a lot of support right here, resistance right here. Yeah, we have to see how this week plays out, but it looks like we broke that. And if we now come back to retest it and go up any further, then, you know, the bulls have a problem, right? Because this is where Seedify token, Sfund, went from $8, $9 to 90 cents, right? We are already at 90 cents right here. All right, so what could give us that room to not go down that much? Well, we really want the dominance in that case, break this support, which we haven't even tested, go down again, do that IGO of Seedify. I don't know if one single IGO is going to save us, but do that IGO. People step into it like crazy. And that gives us some room that if finally this happens, because this will happen, right? This, like, again, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It doesn't make sense that this won't happen again, right? So this will happen. We need some room, because if we are still sitting at 90 cents and this happens, right? Like, we still have, and that's only this range I'm talking about, 15% to go, right? 15% from May till June was also 15%. Beginning May till mid June. What happened? Let me take a look. Depends on where on the week you are looking, because that was a big week, or we were at 250 or we were at 115. So let's take the average, say $2 till June, 90 cents. Seedify did came down, you know, cut in half, more than half again, right? If we do not have that room, could we go down in half again? Will give us around 40 cents. Yeah, right? I mean, we could end up right here, like slightly more. We could end up like right here, 52, slightly less. But on average, that is definitely doable. So when I look at Seedify, and yes, don't get me wrong, I mean, Seedify, look, that's the thing with Seedify. What I notice, I mean, it doesn't have a lot of history, so there's not much to say yet. But what I notice, in the bull run, it's incredibly strong. It's incredibly strong. This run right here, this June till August relief rally, where Bitcoin did a, let me say that carefully, 40%, where Ethereum did a 2x, where Matic did 180%. I want to say X, but 80%. Like a lot of altcoins did very good. Seedify did a 3x, went from 90 cents all the way to 330. So, you know, 3.5x. It's incredible. So even in a small relief rally, Seedify does very well, right? So I'm not afraid of Seedify doing great when the market allows us. But Seedify shows us that it's very dependent on the market, right? Because in a bear market, you also, like Seedify is nothing different, right? We went from $18 to 90 cents, like cut down 20 times, right? And we climb back up to $3.30. But what happens in this boring market? Well, basically what happens is Seedify again goes down back to that 90 cents, right? So Seedify depends on the market, right? It needs the market to work for us, right? We don't control the market though, right? So in that case, I feel like, okay, it's getting exciting. It's getting exciting because for Seedify, it's very simple. If the market recovers a little bit right now, which I don't see any signs that it will, maybe a relief rally, but not really recover. Yeah, then we could pop back up to $3 in no time, definitely, right? So in that case, is 90 cents a bad place to buy? You know, for the long run, maybe not. I mean, you can also say that we're putting a nice double bottom right here, but I want to see how the week is closing right now. But that's possible. But if the market doesn't allow, if the market does go down, right? And if we do see a 12K Bitcoin, let's say we see a 12K Bitcoin and the dominance is going up. Altcoins are getting wrecked. and like really wrecked. I mean, not like what we already saw, right? I mean, if you look, for example, Matic, very strong. But if you look at Matic Bitcoin, what do you see? Look how high it's sitting, right? The first big support point is basically here, and then all the way down here. Altcoins are very likely to get wrecked, right? Very simple. If you think that altcoins won't get wrecked, you are basically saying that the Bitcoin dominance will stay this low and will go maybe lower. I don't know, but when I look at this chart, a bounce is inevitable, right? Seedify is not bear market resistant. In fact, like I just said, it relies a lot on the market. I mean, if the market doesn't allow, then the working product of Seedify is temporarily non-existent, right? They keep on working in this bear market, and that's the accumulation time. I mean, when else do we get a perfect time to buy, right? So that's good. But if you are already all in because you always think this is the bottom, then you're kind of joking yourself, right? That's what you have to look out for. So for Seedify, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. I hope that this 90 cents for now is the bottom, because that could be a nice double bottom. If we break that, yeah, then I just don't see a lot between now and, you know, basically 70, 60, 70 cents, man. And that's the first target. That's the first target. There's not a lot to go off, right? We can also take a look at Sfund Bitcoin pair. Maybe TradingView has it, and otherwise it doesn't matter. Doesn't have it. I can show you anyway. So if we compare Seedify against Bitcoin. So the bleeder is Sfund, and it's bleeding against Bitcoin, right? How is it doing? Well, you know, it came down not that much. 8, not even. Seven times compared to Bitcoin, it came down 7 times, right? But if you look where we are right now, right, we could get a lot lower still. That's a 20% drop. This from give or take 538 satoshis to 440. Am I saying that correctly? Is that around 20%? Give or take. Give or take. But is this the big support level that we are looking for? What about this area right here? This area, 200, right? And even way stronger here, give or take, this area, 177. It's 3 times as low. 3 times as low, right? Would it make sense? 3 times as low. Well, that gives us around 30 cents, right? Where's that bottom though? Exactly, this is exactly the point, right? And that's 66% drop. It also lines up with this. If you look at the total tree, so no Bitcoin, no Ethereum. Where are the big support levels sitting, right? This is the first support level, but it's almost nothing, right? So it doesn't even count, basically. The big support levels, first sitting 40%, and the next sitting 68%, right? That's the big support. I won't be surprised if altcoins get there, right? Also, simply, and Seedify as well, therefore, right? Because if you look at Bitcoin, let me get a cleaner chart for you. If you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is sitting, it was sitting at around the 2019 highs here. Do you see that? This is almost where Bitcoin is sitting. Not completely, but almost, right? But if we look at the 2019 highs for altcoins, that's this level, right? Look how far altcoins have to go before they are where Bitcoin is. So 30 cents Seedify, I will cry, I'll admit that, because I have a large bag of Seedify tokens and I'm already in a big loss with it. So I'm not going to sell it right now because might be that I'm wrong. But I'm not going to bet against myself as well, right? So I'll keep my bag, but I'm not buying anything right now. I bought a little bit at 94 cents, but I think something worse is coming. And you must never, this is about Seedify, but it doesn't matter what token it's about. You must never be like, altcoins are going down, but my altcoin won't because I invest in the best projects. That's what gets you wrecked, right? So please keep that in mind. And then if we look at Seedify, like where could it go to end it a little positive? That's also something very controversial, but whatever. People talking about if Seedify goes back to its all-time high, it's going to get to $18. No, if Seedify goes back to its all-time high, it will be far from $18. Why do we say that? Very simple, and that's with every altcoin as well. Don't mislead yourself. Please understand the market a little bit. Seedify, you can stake your tokens, right? Still, and that will cause a lot of token investing and a lot of, you know, tokens in circulation to hit the market. When Seedify was $18 right here, CoinGecko has it lower, but it was around 18. There were less tokens in circulation. Right? So yes, we might be around 18 times from our all-time high, let's say 20 times. But if we look at the market cap, it was $350 million. We're now sitting at 40. It was almost 350, so let's round it up. 350 and 50. So we are sitting 7 times from our current all-time high. Really, right? So if we go back to the all-time high, it's the current price times 7. Let's say times 8, because I rounded it up. Let's say times 8. So, I suck at math, sorry. Would give us a $7 Seedify token. $7.20 with the current circulating supply. And there will be more because people are still staking, right? So, if we go back to, and I don't know exactly how much will be in circulation. I have to calculate how much will be in circulation by the time I think the bull run will peak, which is around 2025, the end of it. I think everybody kind of expects the same. So I have to check how much tokens will be in circulation by then. But let's say it will be the same. And bad news, it will be more. But let's say it will be the same. And $7 will be the all-time high. Right, so don't stare blind at that $18 where we were, right? Now, I'm not saying that Seedify cannot surpass its previous all-time high. I think it easily can. Not by 10x or anything, but, you know, $350 million market cap. Let's go for $1 trillion next bull run. I think that's doable. But that trillion would put Seedify around $20 then, right? So that's my realistic target for the next bull run. And my thoughts on the current price. So I hope you found it a little useful. Let me know. You are all a bunch of smart guys. So maybe I said something that you disagree on, or maybe you agree. Let me know in the comments or on Telegram or whatever. And I hope it was a little useful, man. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel now you're at it. Bye.